All right, so we just finished setting up our digital print pricing grid, and now we want to dive into setting up our screen print pricing grid. On the left-hand side, underneath your digital print pricing, you will see screen print pricing. By clicking on this, it's going to take us into our screen print pricing grids. Now you'll notice I have a default grid as well as a whites/lights grid. Now, if you are thinking about setting up your print pricing as far as a dark grid and a light grid, your default is going to stand for your dark colors. So your default grid is going to take in that additional pricing that's going to take into effect of that underbase so that it's going to calculate a little bit higher than what your light grid is going to bring forth because your lights don't need that underbase. Now, with that being said, you do not have to break these up. If you want to only put every color on your default grid, you absolutely can. You don't have to separate that out. It's just an option that you have. Now, with that being said, you'll notice that we have a minimum number of colors at 5 because that's what we entered in for our pricing options. We also have a minimum of 12 shirts, so that's where our first break count is coming into play. Now, I have a break count starting at 8. So all that means is my max is 8 breaks. If I want to add or decrease this break count, I can go ahead and put in what I want here, hit this refresher, and it will add 2 more breaks to my print grid. Now, if you're like, heck no, 10 is so much, we can dock that back down to 8, hit the refresher, and it'll take those away. Now, how it's going to work in the system is it's going to take the first break of 12 to 24 shirts. Break 2 is 25 to 49 shirts. Break 3 is 50 to 99 shirts. Break 4 is 100 to 49 to 499 shirts, and so on. Now you do have your team price, same that you had on your digital print pricing. Our names is coming through at $3 and our numbers at 5. All of this can be changed. If you want it to be 5 and 5, you absolutely can change that and make it 5 across the board. Now your first section here is your setup charge, and that is primarily your screen price. So for one screen, it's costing me $15, 2 screens 30, 3 screens 45, and so on. Your second bulk action is your ink color or your print price. So for one color, it's going to cost me $289, 2 color $364, 3 color $409, and so forth. And as you get higher, your ink color is going to go down a little bit just because you are hitting a higher pricing for that product. Now, if I'm a customer, and how the pricing will calculate out is, let's say I'm coming onto your storefront and I'm going to purchase a 1 color front for 12 shirts. I'm going to be in my first break count with 12 shirts. My setup charge is a one-time fee of $15 because I have a 1 color front. And my ink color, because it's a 1 color front, is $289 multiplied by 12. Now let's say I look at that quote, I'm like, I kind of want to do 1 color front and a 2 color back. I'm still going to maintain my 12 shirts, so I'm still going to be in break 1. My setup charge now is going to be 1 color at $15 plus my 2 color back at $30. So my price for setup is going to be $45. My ink color is going to be $289 plus $364 multiplied by 12. So that's where that multiple side discount might come into effect. Maybe that multiple side is a little bit too high and you want to give a certain percentage off for a second, third, and fourth side print to your customer. I'm going to go ahead and click on multiple side discount, and I'm going to open this up in a new tab. Now, this percentage that you're putting in for any store that you create, you can do it per the store. However, it's going to take that percentage for both the digital print pricing as well as the screen print pricing. Now, just because this is an option for you does not mean you have to use it. I know a ton of customers that do not use the multiple side discount. They keep everything in their default grid and they're good to go. Now, to show you a little bit on the storefront to quote out, and let's say you've set up your products, you've set up your print pricing, and now we want to go to the storefront and start quoting. I'm going to go ahead and take you into our demo store. So I'm going to go to web stores and head to our demo. Go to storefront. I'm going to head straight into our design studio. And I'm going to go ahead and click on blank canvas. and we're gonna see our blank product, which is our default product. And I'm gonna just add simple add text, just a one color front to this particular product. I'm gonna go ahead and hit checkout. I'm gonna do our 12 shirts, and I'm just gonna save our design as a simple test. I'm now gonna click here to get to our shopping cart. And remember, when we did our printing capabilities and our price display options, we had that separate price. This is how it's going to show you if there's a discrepancy that's lying with our product, or is it the discrepancy with our ink color or our setup charge. So as I scroll down, we'll see $10.02 is the price for each shirt. So my pricing for 12 shirts is going to be $120.24 for the blank product. My print setup, because it's just a one color front, is the $15. And my printing or my ink color was the $289 multiplied by 12 is $34.68, giving you an average unit price of $14.16. This is where you can say, okay, something's off. It shouldn't be $14. I need to say, is it my printing that's wrong? Is it my product price? Or is it my setup? So this is how you can kind of decipher between everything when you start quoting out and seeing how your products look with your screen print. Now, I wouldn't ever suggest just doing a quote based on a one color front. You definitely want to also do 2 color front, 3 color back, do a ton of different things so you know that multiple site discount might be something that you do want to use. But if not, quoting is always going to be the best thing to do once you have your digital print price set up, as well as your screen print price, as well as your product price, to see where you need to change your pricing per each section. Now, if you have any questions over this or you need a little bit more help, we actually just created some really great guides on our screen print pricing grid, as well as our digital print pricing grid. And it's going to give you examples, and it's going to show you exactly how it needs to set up, and you can always rewatch this video. But if you do have questions and you want to definitely talk with one of our support reps, please give us a call and we'll walk you through anything that you need.